Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Ariana Brazier, and I am here with the lovable Krista Kohr. And today we are going to be reading and moving and befriending yoga animals at the seashore. This book was written by Christian Kerr and Jason Hook and illustrated by Julia Green. So, again, this is Yoga Animals at the Seashore. Jump, stretch, balance, breathe, and relax with the animals. So, I'm going to read you the introduction about this book. In this book, you will read about Crab's day at the seashore. There's Crab. Along the way, Crab will meet friends who will teach him how to do some simple yoga poses. First, Crab will learn why each pose is helpful, and you'll see him try them out. Then it will be your turn. And so what will happen is I'm going to read all about Crab and his new friends at the seashore. And we invite you to move your body along with Crab and the animals at the seashore. And then we'll go back through the story and we'll practice doing some of the movements like Crab does. So first, we're going to do our own movements. And then we'll go back through and we'll learn it the style that Crab offers us. Okay? Crab woke up at the bottom of his tide pool, feeling a little cold and stiff. When I wake up, said Pipefish, I stretch and stretch like this. See Pipefish? Crab stretched just like Pipefish, and Crab began to feel warmer. Can you do it too? Krista is stretching just like Pipefish. I look like a good one. Crab was still feeling grumpy. He really didn't want to leave the tide pool. Does that ever happen to you when you wake up and even after shaking off the sleep, you still don't want to leave? That's me all the time. When I feel grumpy, said Seal, I float on my back like this. Crab felt himself float, just like Seal. And as he looked up to the sky, Crab started to smile. The sky is always there for us. I was going to ask if you can do it too, but I see that Krista's already floating like Seal. So I'm going to assume that you all are also floating like Seal. Crab's head was full of thoughts. Should he go in the ocean or not? When I don't know what to do, said Sea Otter, I stand tall and still like this. Crab stood still, just like Sea Otter, and Crab decided he would go into the ocean. Can you do it too? Crab looked at the water and tried not to be nervous. The waves seemed very powerful. I lift one leg and balance when I want to feel strong, said Seagull. Crab lifted a leg, literally just one of his 6, and balanced like Seagull. Can you lift all 6 legs, Krista? And Crab felt like he could do anything. Can you do it too? Don't forget to do the other side. Crab walked into the ocean. As the water got deeper, he started to feel very alone. When I feel alone, said Starfish. I spread my arms out as wide as I can. Crab spread out just like Starfish, and Crab felt okay being by himself. Can you do it too? Crab explored the ocean floor, but he felt unsure. Was here in the ocean the best place to be? When I feel unsure, said Hermit Crab, I point like this. Crab pointed just like Hermit Crab, and Crab knew he'd made the right decision. Can you do it too? Crab explored among the rocks, but it was hard to climb over them, and he felt frustrated. I do this when I want to stay calm in my mind, said Butterfly Ray. There's Butterfly Ray. Crab reached up just like Butterfly Ray, and Crab felt calmer. Can you do it too? Crab had been so busy that he felt quite tired, but there was so much more he wanted to see. I do this when I need energy, said Dolphin. Crab made himself long just like Dolphin, and Crab felt energized. Can you do it too? Crab could see some fish playing. They looked like they were having fun, but he was too shy to join in. When I feel shy, said Eel, I do this. What does Eel do? Crab lay back just like Eel, and Crab felt braver. Now, he wanted to play too. Crab played hide and seek in the seaweed. He felt so happy with his new friends. When I'm happy, I puff out my chest like this, said Clownfish. Crab puffed out just like Clownfish, and Crab felt even happier. Can you do it too? I see Krista puffing out. I didn't know clownfish could puff out. I thought only pufferfish could. By the time Crab got back to the beach, it was getting dark. He started to worry about finding his way home. When I get worried, said Pelican, I settle down like this. Crab settled down just like Pelican, and when Crab closed his eyes, his worries seemed to float away. Can you do it too? Back in his tide pool, Crab was so excited from the day he'd had that he thought he would never get to sleep. After I've had an exciting day, said Sea Snail, I sit and think like this. Crab sat and thought, just like Sea Snail. And Crab remembered all the creatures who had shared their day with him. Can you do it too? Can you sit and think like Sea Snail? Crab had learned to stretch like pipefish, float like seal, stand still like sea otter, balance like seagull, spread out like starfish, point like hermit crab, reach up like butterfly ray, Be long like dolphin. Lie back like eel. Puff out like clownfish. Settle down like pelican. And sit and think like sea snail. But now, all he wanted to do was sleep like crab. Can you do it too? The end. So, what we're going to invite you to do now is practice the poses in the way that Crab was taught them. And we'll do them in the order that he learned them. Are you ready, Krista? Okay. So first, we stretch like pipefish. So Krista's going to show us. These are sort of like seated cat-cows, as they might be called in many yoga spaces. So you're going to sit with your back straight and your legs crossed. I invite you to hold your ankles with your hands. And we're going to do this thing called synchronizing our breathing. So when you do a certain movement and your breath connects with that movement, that is called synchronizing your breathing. So we're going to breathe in as you round your back, bringing your shoulders and head forward, and drop your chin to your chest. And as you breathe out, you're going to pull your chest forward and look up at the sky. We're going to do this 3 times. So breathing in, we curl in. And breathing out, you stretch out. So 3 times. That means 3 big breaths. Next, we met Seal. Seal taught us to float on our backs. Can you do it too? So you're going to lie on your back with your feet flat on the floor and your knees pointing up toward the sky. Arms by your side with palms facing up. As you breathe, slowly reach your legs and arms up. As you breathe out, keep your back on the ground and let your arms and legs gently move around like seaweed floating in the water. So I invite you to show me your best seaweed. Is your seaweed fluid moving with the water? Or is it moving with your breath? Are there fish moving through your seaweed? Next, we met sea otter. Sea otter taught us to stand up tall and still. Can you do it too? We're going to stand up straight with your feet slightly apart, arms by your sides. You're going to breathe in as you raise your arms above your head, keeping them in line with your ears. So much like Krista is showing us. As you breathe out, bend your knees and imagine you are pressing your feet into soft, warm sand. Pressing your feet into the soft, warm sand. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. And as you're breathing, quietly repeat, every breath helps me focus. So 3 deep breaths, quietly repeating, every breath helps me focus. So I'm deep breathing with you all. Next, we met Seagull. Seagull reminded Crab that he could do anything. So, can you do it too? Seagull taught Crab to stand up straight with his feet hip distance apart, so your feet don't spread past your hips. And as they breathed in, they raised their left arm above their head. And as they breathed out, they lifted and bended their right knee back so they can hold their foot with their right hand. Look straight ahead and take 3 quiet breaths as you balance. If you feel wobbly, you can practice this pose by placing your raised hand against the wall. Don't forget to repeat this on the other side. So we'll take 3 deep breaths where you are. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the other side and take 3 deep breaths there. Next, we met up with Starfish. Starfish reminded Crab that it's okay to be by yourself. So Starfish invited Crab to stretch his arms out as wide as he could. So you're going to stand with your feet slightly apart, arms by your side. And when you take a big breath in and breathe out, you're going to jump with your feet wide and stretch your arms out above your head, like a star in the sky or a star in the ocean. Look at your fingers as you take 3 breaths, repeating quietly. The ground beneath my feet helps me reach the sky. That's beautiful. The ground beneath my feet helps me reach the sky. And one more time to make it 3. The ground beneath my feet helps me reach the sky. That is a great reminder about being grounded, staying focused and remembering what's important to you. So next we met Hermit Crab, who reminded Crab of the importance of pointing. So, can you do it too? Stand with your feet slightly apart, arms by your side. Take a big step back with your left foot, turning your toes to face outward. Lift your arms in line with your shoulders, right arm forward and left arm back. Keeping a straight line between your hands, bend your right knee. So in traditional yoga spaces, this would be called warrior pose. Krista's getting herself situated. So warrior pose is a very popular yoga pose. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, say quietly, I am strong and ready to face anything that comes my way. I am strong and ready to face anything that comes my way. Don't forget to repeat this on the other side. This is an important reminder because what you do on one side, you have to do on the other so that we can stay balanced. I see Krista's getting her crab on. Okay. Next, we met Butterfly Ray. Butterfly Ray helped Crab feel calmer. So we're going to do the pose with Butterfly Ray and Crab. They stood with their feet slightly apart and their arms by their side. And as they breathed in, they reached slowly above their head. And they reached so high, they stood all the way on their tiptoes. And as they breathed out, they lowered their arms and feet back down. And they repeated quietly, I am calm and steady. So maybe we'll do this a couple times. We'll reach up. And as we breathe out, we repeat, I am calm and steady. Ooh, this feels good. I am calm and steady. I hope you all are feeling as good as me and Crab and Krista. Okay, next we met Dolphin. So we were calm and steady, but now we're about to kick up the energy. Dolphin helped Crab feel energized. Can you do it too? We're going to encourage you to kneel down on all fours, keeping your arms straight in the palms of your hands on the ground. Curl your toes under and slowly straighten your legs as you raise your bottom into the air. Press your arms and legs into the ground. Imagine you are light and free, like a dolphin, surfing the waves. So, again, in traditional yoga practices, this pose would be called downward dog. Maybe you've heard of it before. All right, next, we met Eel. Eel helped Crab feel brave. The way he did this is he invited Crab to lay on his back with his knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and arms by his side. As he breathed in, he pressed his feet into the ground and he lifted his hips. And as he breathed out, he stretched his arms above his head and rested them on the ground above him. So repeat this 3 times. So sometimes this is called bridge pose. Next, we met clownfish. Clownfish helped Crab feel happy. Okay, so clownfish had helped make Crab happier. Can you do it too? The way that clownfish puffed himself out is he lied on his tummy with his legs straight out behind him, and he rested his forehead on his hands. Next, he kept his right leg straight and stretched his right arm out in front of him. Well, I guess this is really you because clownfish don't have arms and legs. So I'm going to switch up the pronouns here. And I'm going to say you. Bend your left knee and hold your foot with your left hand, lifting your head. Take 3 breaths here, then rest and repeat on the other side. So we're grabbing and bending our legs behind us slowly and very carefully. And we're taking 3 breaths in this position. Once you've taken your 3 breaths, if you are able, I invite you to hold both of your feet, pressing them into your hands as you feel your chest opening and lifting. You'll also take 3 breaths here. Wow, good job, Krista. Next, we met Pelican. Pelican helped Crab's worries just float away. Let's see, what did they do? I invite you to sit with your legs bent in front of you, hip distance apart, feet flat on the ground. Then, put your arms between your legs and your hands on the ground and lean forward. Hold the outside of your ankles, bringing the soles of your feet together. So we're going to put your hands inside of your legs, flat on the ground, and then you're going to grab your ankles and bring your feet together as best you can. You can either stay in that pose or you can actually lean forward and rest your head on your feet. Breathe quietly and relax here. Let your worries float away. Finally, we met Sea Snail, and Sea Snail helped Crab reflect upon his day. The way he did this is he invited Crab to actually do what is often called child's pose. So you're going to kneel down with your bottom resting on your heels and your back straight. Then you're going to fold your body over your legs and rest your forehead on the ground with your elbows stretched forward, or your arms stretched forward, excuse me. They modified this by bending their elbows and resting the palms of their hands on their shoulders. So you can feel free to do that, or you can keep your arms out in front of you. You can put them underneath your forehead. And as you do that, feel your body move as you take 3 big breaths in and out. As you lie here being very quiet and still, think about all the things you did today or all the things you will do today. I know we're recording this in the evening and it's been a long day for me. And finally, after all this reflection and excitement, Crab just wanted to sleep like Crab. So you're just gonna lie on your tummy and you're gonna bring your hands in front of you, one on top of the other. And you're going to place your forehead on your hands and let your body relax. Breathing in and feeling where your body touches the ground. And as you breathe out, let your body become soft. Repeat quietly. My body and mind are quiet and relaxed. My body and mind are quiet and relaxed. So take a couple deep breaths here. And you can stay in this pose as long as you would like, as long as you need to. But I'm going to thank you on behalf of myself and Krista for coming along and meeting Crab and his yoga friends at the Seashore. Again, this book was written by Christian, Kerr, and Jason Hook. And all of these poses have special benefits. As we saw Crab experience them, and hopefully you did too. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.